Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video. So today I want to talk about some very serious allegations that have been getting thrown around about an individual who recently passed away. I'm obviously talking about Liam Payne, who used to be a member of the massive boy band One Direction. He unfortunately just passed away, and I'm not really going to get into exactly why or talk about the situation since it's been done to death, like almost inappropriately. A lot of people have been using this situation really poorly and straight up posting pictures of his body and, you know, other stuff along with that, you know, putting casino ads on the images. Like, it's been really messed up on how people have been talking about this situation. Now, I've obviously seen the memes too, because as you guys know, he fell off a balcony or got pushed or jumped off. It really is confusing right now. The police are obviously investigating it, but people have been posting memes. Now, that's not really the huge issue. The huge issue for me is people accusing him of grooming minors, chasing his ex-fiancée with an axe, forcing her to get an abortion, and all this really awful things. And if you ask any of these individuals on Twitter who are claiming this, where's the evidence, where's the proof? They literally can't give you anything because there is no evidence, there is no proof. It's all hearsay up to this point, but people are going around acting like this is just the gospel, and just because they heard someone else on Twitter say it, it must be true. It's like the herd mentality, when me and most other people who are watching this video should do is actually look into these allegations, look into this stuff, because, you know, he can't really defend himself right now. You know, that he can't really do that, and anyone who's trying to mourn him right now are getting attacked by these crazy Twitter stans who are just going in and saying, well, don't you know he groomed a minor? It's absolutely insane with baseless accusations. Most of these accusations come from his ex-fiancée, who has provided no evidence. She likes to run her mouth right now, but she actually hasn't shown any screenshots, any you know, hospital bills, any hospital records about her apparently getting an abortion, but she just loves to run her mouth, right, guys? Like, I'm not saying she's wrong, I'm not saying that she's lying, but it's, you know, I'm a man of facts, and if you don't provide any evidence, it's hard to believe you, and it's innocent until proven guilty. And now we're dealing with someone who just passed away, and he can't even defend himself. So if you actually look up any of these accusations that people are saying on the internet, it just comes to a bunch of hit pieces, and at the beginning of every single one of these pieces is just saying, Maya Henry, who is Liam Payne's ex-fiancée, said this in a recent interview, said this in a recent podcast, said this in her most recent book. Like, it's like, okay, where's the evidence though? Like, she claims that Liam Payne would manipulate his fans and talk inappropriately to underage fans on his Snapchat with no evidence. Where's the screenshots? Where's the proof? And if you knew he was messaging underage fans inappropriately, why did you not contact the police? Because you loved him? That makes no sense. Literally, like, none of this makes sense. Now, in terms of the abortion allegation that she's claiming that he forced her to get an abortion, again, there's been no medical records provided. She also didn't say it was him directly. She actually wrote it in a autobiography that's written in a really weird way, where she uses characters to reflect her own life. And I'm assuming she did this purposely so Liam Payne can't take her to court for defamation. So when people ask, like, oh, who are you talking about? Who forced you to get an abortion? She's like, a recent lover, a recent individual. And we all know she's talking about Liam Payne, but she's doing that so she doesn't actually get sued by him. And now that's not really a possibility since he's gone, right? And same with the chasing him with an axe. That's a big claim I keep hearing people say. And again, it's just because she said that happened doesn't mean that there's actually any proof. It's actually insane, all these accusations. Now, before people come at me and say there has been an individual who came public about Liam Payne's inappropriate conduct online, was a girl named It's Ashley Yan. Now, there's been a bunch of posts of people showing her speaking out about it. She claims that she is a victim of Liam Payne because when she was 24, he asked her for nudes and she sent them. Yeah, she's a victim at 24 of an individual asking her for nudes.
That he messaged me on Instagram, and at first I was like, oh my god, he's messaging me on Instagram, like, this is so cool, like, what? How is this happening? And then it turned into him asking me for explicit videos, explicit photos, and I would send them because I was like, it's Liam Payne, I'm gonna send them. Like, this was me being delusional at age 24.
But the reason why she's a victim is a lot of people are defending her, saying, well, it's Liam Payne. She was a massive fan of his, right? He knew that she was a fan, so he took advantage of that. You're still a full-grown adult at that point. You're 24 years old, and you still decide to send this guy nudes. I don't care if you think he's the amazing celebrity. that's still on you though. Unless he used his fame, like said, oh darling, if you don't send me these nudes, I'm gonna blackmail you, or I'm gonna think you're not my fan, blah blah blah. But she never actually showed any of the messages. Like she says later in the video that she has tons of screenshots.
I have tons of messages to show, and like how he spoke to me, and I just wanted to.
But after scrolling through her TikTok and trying to find her other social medias, I don't think she's ever posted the images. I don't think she's ever posted this quote-unquote proof that she was even contacted by Liam Payne. And even if she did have proof, you were 24 years old. You weren't a minor, right? And also in the video, she claims that she was actively sending him nudes while he was in relationships. So you're still supposed to be the victim, even though you knew he was in relationships and sending him nudes? Like, don't get me wrong, if this is all true, and somehow one of you guys do find these screenshots, even though I did my best to try to scour the internet for them, obviously that's messed up if he was cheating on his fiance during that time. But at the same time, you still were sending him nudes knowing damn well that he was in a relationship, but you're supposed to be the victim. And again, I looked through her TikTok and I can't even find the original TikTok. It's almost like she deleted it. The only thing I can find with Liam Payne is her like crying about his death. But most of these accusations have just been, you know, not substantiated whatsoever, and people are just acting like it's the gospel, and I've seen no one try to defend this. It's really gross how people just take stuff and run with it. Now, another accusation people have been saying is that he's homophobic. The only proof they have is a comment he made on stage and another comment he made towards Harry Styles. Now, the comment he made on stage is about a song about getting a girlfriend or something, and he said, unfortunately, a lot of you girls can't relate to the song, but hopefully some of you boys do, which apparently is homophobic because obviously there's lesbians in this world. Yeah, but that, I wouldn't consider that homophobic. I think he was just making a like he was just talking. He was trying to introduce a song. He probably thought he was being clever. Oh well, that's not homophobic. And another thing he said about the Harry Styles thing is he said he didn't want Harry Styles to babysit his son because of how Harry Styles dresses. Now again, I don't think that's him being homophobic, since number one, Harry Styles isn't even gay. He just dresses very flamboyant, and even then, maybe he was just saying that I don't want my son dressing up in goofy clothes, because Harry Styles does dress in pretty goofy clothes, if you ask me. I'm not dissing the guy's style, but it's true, right? And they're calling him homophobic for that. And again, if someone is able to provide this evidence, I'll shut up, because honestly, I'm not defending him. I'm just saying that none of this has been actually substantiated, like, whatsoever. Most of these, if not all these allegations, have come from an ex-fiance who is obviously very disgruntled right now, right? Like, I just don't understand why people are just running with this. And again, I did my best to look for any bit of evidence to back up any of these claims, and I haven't found any. You know, and again, I'm not really going to talk about much of his death because I think it's super distasteful. Anyways, that's all I really want to talk about. The whole point of this video is don't believe everything. Try to look for evidence yourself, right? Don't just run with stuff, especially since we're talking about someone who passed away and literally can't defend themselves, right? Like, all this could be true, but until I see some evidence, I'm not going to be slandering this guy's name. And at the end of the day, we lost another human being, which is kind of sad. You know what I mean? Especially since we found out he's going through a lot of mental health issues, which, I mean, is super unfortunate, man. But anyways, if you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll see you in the next YouTube video.
She never come home, she never will feel me again. I cannot differentiate a day since 2016, and it just pains me, babe. I hate to see that you miss me, because the weather's cold, and I'm knowing life is fast, and you know I got your bottom.